It's Wednesday, my dudes. I'm not making a noise. So we are a mere, not 3 days, we're actually 2 days from launch of MCOC PC. Yes, the ongoing joke is, no, it's not the political correct version of Marvel Contest of Champions. It is the PC. It's for computer, if you have one of those computers at home. And we are currently sitting at still, I think, 150k signups. It's not updated on the website. That's fine, because it's Kabam. They don't update stuff. We'll probably find out whether or not we hit the 200k mark of signups to the MCOC PC. This is your final time to kind of like sign up for it in order to get some free rewards and hopefully push us over the line of that 200k mark. I'm hoping that after this video is posted, whilst I'm recording and while we're posted, that we have hit the mark. But we don't know if we will. I hope we do. I hope we hit 200k signups for it. But it's going to be exciting. I will probably like do, well, I don't know. I plan a lot of stuff and then it's just things happen and I have to like pivot to different stuff. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the PC version? Will you be playing on Thursday? And Kabam will be doing a Wednesday live stream. So it might be today. We might do a reaction to it. We might watch it at the same time. I don't know what the future brings. Ooh, mysteries. Next up, an in-person event. Yes, this is something from last week. It's something that I thought, well, do we mention this? Do we talk about it? Do we not? There was the Summoners Summit last year, and I don't know if Kabam are thinking about doing something of the same. They put a little form out to people, kind of wanted to know the progression, as well as in-game naming and stuff like that. And also, would you be interested in attending an all in-person Marvel Contest of Champions player summit type event? But also, I was got a hiccup, sorry, talking about location. Would you be interested in early November to attend? And also, what would you be interested in participating in and finding more info about? So whether or not Kabam are committing or thinking about committing to something like a Battleground Brawl one day, then the next day being like a player summit. I don't know, maybe they do the thing, maybe they don't do the thing. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. It's just really kind of getting an idea of interest, because if 200 people to 500 people say they can commit, and then this is whittled down to 100, then at least they know how many people are interested in coming and whether or not there's any interest of actually running it in the first place. So, yeah, hopefully more information from this in the future. If it leads to anything, it might not. Now let's get into the hard-hitting things when it comes to things that make you mad in game. Kabam do the darndest things to the game, or they break things. First of all, that Deadpool XForce duodenum pokes issue. So I know at the end of April this was something that was mentioned by a few players, and the issue was, if you don't remember, sensitive pokes skill, blah 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 blah. When I came to know that my SP1 is only inflicting 30 bleeds at the final hit as opposed to 35, so Kabam, yeah, and then of course showing proof of the extent of how many bleeds that could be thrown by a Deadpool, and of course information there on the SP1 being that during this attack, duodenum pokes doesn't have a cooldown. If at 10 slap charges, the final hit triggers super slap, inflicting an additional 20 duodenum bleeds, increased to 25 against skill champions. And of course, this was something back at the end of April. I've been reported to investigate, and I think it was something that was going to be looked into. And the answer is that it is now going to be fixed within the June build. Now, if you do play Deadpool XForce regularly, then you'll of course know that, or you'll be aware of, that it is not kicking out as much bleeds as maybe it should do. So yes, some things are going to be hopefully dealt with next month. Now it's a little Okoye bug. I know a lot of people are raving about Okoye. It's definitely a champion. As a 6-star, I'm looking to rank up. It's weird, sometimes champions, I don't know if you find this the same, you find you're in playing Valiant difficulty or Valiant Gauntlet pushed me to play champions I don't normally play. I am now sold on White Tiger and I am sold on Negasonic. Like those two champions right there, I am now sold on. Love them, right? But I've never had an opportunity to play them. And I think that's a little bit of like on me for being a little bit lazy with kind of playing like all the champions, but also with the extent you have to go, great, I just pulled another 7-star. What am I planning to do with this champion? Am I just going to like rotate between about 3 or 4 champions that not do the same, but do similar things? And Okoye, I think, is going to be one of these champions for me where I'm like, about a month from now, if I get the 7-star version, or 2 months, whatever, like end of the year, let's just say, and I get it, I'm like, yeah, I wish I played this sooner, or kind of like rotated with this champion in content sooner. Anyway, to the point, Richard. Prestige. There's a noticeable change in Prestige. So as my answer says here, PI Okoye immediately increased about 300. Now she's the king of PI, not Onslaught. Hope it won't affect the PI calculations of AR next week, right? And yeah, like this is definitely going to be noticed as a PI bug. Kabam should really provide a 7 rank 4 PI instead of a 7-3 on the website. That would be nice. And yeah, I know Conchuzank, by the way, Conchuzank is back. I'm going to try and devote a section on Friday's MCN to Conchuzank because I feel that it's going to be, rather than this, because I got a lot of stories to I've got 2 more stories I want to cover. It's going to push me to a time frame of this video, but I wanted to do like something to go like, hey, Conchuzank is back, and we do a bit of kind of like coverage to say like support Conchuzank. Anyway, to the point of the extent of, yes, the Prestige problem. Yeah, bug Kabam saying being investigated as of the 9th. I think there was was there an update to this? There was not. There's not been an update just yet. Yeah, last update, I mean, that came in I think weekend-ish, and we're still waiting to see if there's been anything else. But yes, on Kabam's radar, what will happen with this? It may have been changed, it may not have. We'll keep blocked on that, but it's been looked into, so I assume that it's been looked into by top men. If you get that reference. 2 places of reference. And now it's time to do one of the favourite things of the week, which is Trello board coverage updates. So Kabam Pinwheel provides us a little bit of an update on that one, and this is covering last week's stuff. And of course, Kabam do it on a weekly basis to kind of like update with what is going on. The following things under investigation are Sentry Sphere of the Void passive from Synergy. Okoye's info page incorrectly suggests that she can increase masteries beyond max rank. The battery-powered armor node is behaving incorrectly. Counterattack evades can be triggered during heavy charge. Sentry is not converting critical damage rating into... I remember that. We were talking about that soon lately. Phoenix heavy attack, wind effect are missing their textures. Yes, that's annoying for players. Cyclops synergy with Professor X is allowing him to inflict armor break debuffs instead of only increasing his precision stacks by +5. Something we talked about at the end of last week, and something Kabam, of course, is dealing with. Kabam have noted, though, that a fix is live for Deadpool XForce SP1 only inflicting 30 duodenium pokes. So that was meant to be the June build, so maybe they squeezed something in, or maybe that's part. All of this stuff here is in the next build. I'm not going to read them all out. You can go and check them out in the link in the description. And yes, there's plenty of information there on what is happening. I'm not seeing if there's anything critical. There doesn't seem to be. Anyway, we'll finish on the final story. And the final story is all about horrible matchmaking and Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is such a weird thing. Like, I'm about to go back into it to do some like grinding at the weekend, which creates a problem because I'm hoping that I don't stomp on a few people that are doing it because I'm starting off lower than, and that's just because time. I don't have a lot of time than I used to, and I normally kind of like get to play at certain points. Namely, 2 weeks into Battlegrounds now, it seems that I'll have any kind of chance to play. Especially because I have to do Valiant difficulty and I have to do Paragon Gauntlet as part and parcel of, well, it's better now, so I've got more enticing to do it. So yeah, I've got to do it. And there's a lot of things in MCC I've got to do. But horrible matchmaking is something that is going to be an ongoing thing. And also AI in this is not great. It's still something that needs to be addressed. And Kabam will address it. It's just how much damage it's going to do to your interest in certain game modes, because you can't trust Kabam's build of certain things until they've actually fixed stuff like AI, fair matchmaking and stuff like that. It's still debatable, isn't it, as like who you actually face off against, what is a fair matchup, what is not a fair matchup, who's skilled, who's not. I mean, you can't really matchmake against who is actually skilled and who is not, because you can have an absolute terrible run and be the best skilled player in the game, you know. Metal Sonic dude, if he didn't play well one day, like, it might be like, well, what should I do? Like, but you might matchmake against him and beat him and go, oh, I beat him, but you might have caught him on a bad day. You do not know. There's a lot of factors to it anyway. When it comes to matchmaking side of things, it's still not good. I'm just going to skip to like something that, because a lot of people are talking, everyone talks about stuff, blah blah blah. People are rationaling like the structure of the game. At times like this, when I know a lot of people just want to like chat and get their point across, it's always good to hear from Kabam. Kabam developed this game. What have they got planned for the future? Are they going to reassure you as a player that they've got your intentions to be true, good intentions with the game that you're going to play? So, Kabam Crash said very recently, this was yesterday, I have a lot of sympathy for players below Valiant trying to engage Battlegrounds, and indeed, we are looking at options to create a more casual environment so they can match with other accounts with similar strength outside of the competitive experience. That's good. One thing that's being better is to have the Radiance chase target for a lot of players in the very early start points of a season. Not everybody, the problem is that not everybody at a Valiant level can commit to that time because they may have other things. You know, I know plenty of people that are Valiant, but are kids. They have other not other interests, but they have other commitments, and therefore they aren't able to commit a load of time at the specific 1 week and entry point. Because somebody messaged me and was like, this is ridiculous that it kind of like the objective for getting 10,000 Radiance for 1 week and in goes. Like, it just goes because you haven't made Gladiator Circuit in time. I get it, and also I don't get it, right? I get it because it's sad that you lose out on 10k. It's an enticement to get you up there early doors, so therefore that an early doors means really quickly for you to go and get up there, get away from people of lower progression so they can do it. But it doesn't work like that, Kabam. Like, people aren't able to commit to that, and therefore you still have the problem of people not taking you up on your offer of 10,000 Radiance, because in 1 week, not every single player within those 100,000 plus players, and Valiant players being whatever chunk of them, have the time to do that. There are people that do, and I'm sure the stats prove that, but it's not all of them. So therefore you've still got these big accounts and little accounts meeting still, and the big accounts all haven't gone into Gladiator Circuit. They're still there pissing people off, it seems. And of course, similar with Gladiator Circuit, like Uru or whatever, it's still there. You know, it's still there. But in any case, however, as Valiant player playing on the Gladiator Circuit, you're always going to eventually run into accounts stronger than your own. How you deal with this will determine how successful you are in Battlegrounds. If you have a deck of mostly rank 3s, you shouldn't be forfeiting to anybody. Yes, you are now more likely than not to lose to an equal skilled player with a row of rank 4s, but it is definitely not guaranteed, and skill and strategy can often overcome a single rank differential. In champion power, the best Battlegrounds players in the world are those with the most skill and the most experience in the various matchups. For the most part, they aren't the players with the biggest accounts. I mean, that's a fair play and a fair assessment, but I just like to find out the extent of how many Valiants are still sticking, say, lower, because this is relevant and it's correct for Gladiator Circuit. But what about, say, in Victory Track, especially if there are lower accounts trying to get stuff like, I don't know, the Dark Plumes or Light Essence or something that's specific, that's just getting through Vibranium. I'm going to test it out for myself. When is it? Like at the weekend when I get a bit of time, and going into next week when again I have time to have a look at how this goes down. But where do you feel, and I'll throw it over to you guys, like where do you feel everything is at the moment with stuff? Because there is definitely points to this. The final point I want to leave on, and that is this right here, and that is what you consider to be fair matchmaking. I don't think we're ever going to get it to a point where every single player of this game and community aligns on what is fair, what is right, what they like, and removing what they dislike. It's just not going to happen because of this. You'd have to match an opponent with a similar Battlegrounds roster strength as you. However, for your match with that person will also have a queue up at the exact same time as you. If not, you're left with the necessary imbalance of going against stronger rosters because you're queuing up with you. You would also have to queue for a large length of time in order to align against those two players with the same roster depth, breadth, size, and strength at the same time. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, what is the solution? Is it a case of everybody has the same champions to choose from? Like you kind of get a Battlegrounds deck. Everybody's got a 5-star of every single champion. You get to choose how you're kind of pairing up. You know, it's all the same rank, whatever. And then it's 100% down to skill, not anybody taking advantage. It's like you have some 5-stars, 5-star versus 5-star roster, all the same. Everybody's got everything, and that's it. It's like it's treated like a sandbox Battlegrounds but you are all kind of like reverted back to the same thing, same masteries, same champions, like all those particular factors. So therefore, it's all about skill. It's nothing else about having a rank 6, rank 4, rank 7-star, 7-star rank 4 there, like that. It's kind of like that. Kabam won't do it. They'll never do anything like that because it is like now spend money, get the latest champion or the latest rare champion, latest decent champion, latest meta champion, and the most latest high rank materials like rank 4, tier 7 basics, tier 4 alpha, whatever. And that's really it. It will never change from that. So yeah. Whether or not Kabam can put something in place with the better matchmaking, I don't know, but that's something for them to decide and get right, not us, really. Anyway, that's been it for the video. That's been it for the MCN for today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure as well to check out some other content located on the screen. I'll see you all soon. Bye!